Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe to this channel right now. I love President Trump. I think Elon Musk is a genius, one of the most intelligent, brilliant people of this generation. This is almost certainly staged. It's almost certainly a theatrical performance to get the artificial intelligence software that Democrats have been given. So the wonderful, morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats, and hit subscribe to this channel right now, the wonderful, highly educated, morally superior liberal Democrats who are almost always apoplectic about everything they don't like, have been told, so they have been programmed, like an AI robot, to dislike Tesla. Didn't take much. Tesla was at over, 380, 400, went down to 220, and I think it's a strong buy, even though I might buy myself if it stays below 300, but went down to, and I'm not big on the market, as you know, okay, but this is like an opportunity below 250, let's say it goes below 250. It's an opportunity for a really great company with a stock price that is only low, like today it tanked, because of the apoplectic, hysterical, never-ending barrage of media coverage linked to hysteria, 24/7 hysteria and angst and just apoplectic behavior from the morally superior, highly educated within media. They've been wrong on everything. President Trump is a two-term president who won the popular vote. If even 1/100th of what media has said was right the past 10 years, since President Trump decided to run in 2015. I said he'd win in 2016. I said he'd win in 2024. Democrats and pundits and media and celebrities routinely stated he would lose. The walls are caving in. Oh my God. And now we have this fabricated stage theatrical performance because the artificial intelligence software told Democrats to dislike Trump. And Musk and Tesla. Okay, this is why they were so against Musk, and this is why the fallout, ladies and gentlemen, the staged and fabricated theatrical performance with Musk and Trump divorcing, that is now a new software for liberal Democrats and progressives and left-leaning people who would buy Teslas to buy a Tesla now. They're now allowed to because Musk is very upset with Trump. And we'll get to the Democratic donor. There's a Democratic donor who gave to Democrats in the 90s and 2000s. He was a Democratic donor. He gave 20 grand to Hillary Clinton. Okay, and he gave to Kerry as well. Okay, he was a New York liberal Democrat. This is an ABC News article. John Kerry got money in the 90s and 2000s from this monster, and also the Clintons did. 20 grand from 1999. The vast majority, Bill Clinton's presidential campaign also, the vast majority of this maniac's money went to Democrats because he was a liberal Democrat. All they have is one video footage, 2 seconds of Bill Clinton Trump speaking to him. Trump has a plane. Other Democrats, don't have planes. And okay, you could look at the flight logs, but here, the liberal Democratic donor had a painting of a former Democratic president in a dress in his downtown apartment. Okay, that's the liberal Democrat. Okay, the Democratic donor. Okay, nice trying to link Trump to the Democratic donor, but again, you get this. With Elon Musk, they have to go all out with the theatrical performance. This is why Democrats despised Musk, because he told the truth. And he wanted to cut the never-ending Byzantine, gargantuan monstrosity of a government bureaucracy. And of course, anything Democrats don't like, even if it saves us from bankruptcy, is like the end of the world. If Satan himself went up from, where there's no air conditioning, and said, I don't like Trump, Democrats tomorrow would say, Satan ain't so bad. So this is a theatrical performance to reprogram the software within the artificial intelligence robots that are morally superior and disown friends and family because you voted for Trump and don't go to Thanksgiving. Hit subscribe. Watch this. This is what this is all about.
Here is let's not have America go bankrupt with waste and fraud. So that's what I'm here for, and we're making good progress.
Yes,
so,
you are. You're going to go another year?
Yeah, I think so.
Final report middle of next year?
Well, we're just getting things done as opposed to writing a report. Like say, reports don't mean anything. You got to actually take action.
Yes.
So the waste and fraud in entitlement spending, which is which is most of the federal spending is entitlements. That's like the big one to eliminate, because that's the sort of $500 billion, maybe $700 billion a year. That is also a mechanism by which the Democrats attract and retain illegal immigrants by essentially paying them to come here, yes, and then turning them into voters.
Yes.
So this is why the Democrats are so upset about the situation, because they're losing. If we turn off this gigantic money magnet for illegal immigrants, then they will leave, and they'll lose voters.
But you have President's support. He said so again yesterday. He completely supports your operation.
Yeah. Well, thanks. That's super. Without the President's support, we couldn't make any progress here. Yeah, I mean, where you'll see the biggest outcry is from the Democrats who are, they don't want the waste and fraud to be turned off because it is a gigantic magnet to attract illegal immigrants and have them stay in the country. And I mean, you see some of the crazy stuff, like where money from FEMA, which is FEMA is an agency that's meant to take care of Americans in distress. And a bunch of their money was being sent to pay for luxury hotels in New York for illegal immigrants. And
then the fact check, they weren't luxury hotels, fact check. It's like you're missing the point entirely. Okay, wonderful, morally superior Democrats. Also, the Teslas now are less likely to be vandalized by completely hysterical wonderful, morally superior maniacs that are just highly educated and ethical and moral and disown friends and family and completely apoplectic, but always wonderful and morally superior. That's what's going on. It's nothing to do with Musk and Trump don't dislike each other. Musk dislikes the big beautiful bill because perhaps it reversed. He basically risked his life with Doge. And then now spending is increased in certain areas, which will never be good enough for Democrats, or remains the same, let's say, or increased in some cases. And so perhaps the bill is not doing much or enough to combat the debt and interest payments on the debt. But this is the extent of their fallout is maybe a slight or serious disagreement on spending. But this is a complete fabricated theatrical performance. And it's because he wants Tesla to be disassociated from President Trump, because you have media and the stock market and a good portion of Tesla's revenues are generated from people who are left-leaning. And if those people are told it's okay to like Musk and Tesla again, they will do so. It doesn't take much to reprogram the mind of a morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrat. If the Washington Post and MSNBC and CNN and Hollywood and the Wall Street Journal, if people are saying, hey, Musk ain't so bad, then Musk ain't so bad. Then maybe I can buy a Tesla now. Maybe it won't be vandalized by a hysterical maniac who votes Democrat. But this is also important.
Whether it's career or personal life. And my next question is, when the hell are you doing my show? I've left voicemail messages. I've sent carrier pigeons. I get no response. Ba-bum.
Well, I'll be happy to do your show. I I've seen pieces of your show, and it's very funny. Actually, it's my style of humor, so I look forward to doing your show.
Awesome.
With respect to what to tell young people, I think it's always good when thinking about something that you're afraid of. When thinking about fear, look fear straight in the eye, and it will disappear.
Okay. All right.
The nature of fear is that people don't look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it directly, and it will be gone.
All right.
And God bless him for that. That's awesome. Okay. Good advice. And we can go on. He talks about imprisoning people who vandalize and commit, domestic, against dealerships. But this is not, President Trump doesn't say, I don't mind Elon turning on me. He doesn't speak in that manner. He doesn't communicate in that manner. He goes all in. And when they say, oh, Musk, try to tie him to the Democratic donor, it's like, well, okay, Musk is going all in, maybe even more, because he has more at stake. His entire company, everything he spent his life building, has been tied to a political brand, let's say, if you want to call it that. It's a movement, but if you want to say, Democrats view it as like a brand. They view President Trump and supporters of President Trump and the electorate and the fact that he won the popular vote in the manner they view their political party, where they can just kick Biden out of the nomination and then lose the popular vote with his vice president. The problem, however, is that President Trump supporters, Elon Musk, smart people who buy Teslas regardless of the hysteria around them, people who like Trump and Musk, they're not influenced by the collective outrage of this hive, of this collective mania from Democrats and media. They don't care. The problem, however, is that Democrats, by and large, are very influenced by media. And media is very, very interested in any fallout that takes place with Trump. And now you have artificial intelligence Democrats, robots, who are now reprogrammed with a new software. Oh, Musk turned on Trump? We love Musk now. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. God bless Trump and Elon Musk and you watching. Thank you.